about Mommy's fake asshole, and that's the toilet word.
Welcome to Life Under the Laundry Pile, airing it all out one conversation at a time. Hello, Heather.
Hello, Copper. I'm sitting here laughing because I have the one thing that you hate for us to have when we record.
Clicky pen.
Clicky pen. And I was like, thank God I've already clicked it open because I was going to have to click it again. So
Don't make me edit that out.
It's still kind of chicks when you move it.
Yeah. And you know you want to like sit there and go, do it one time and get it out of your system. Just click, click, click.
There
you
gotta do it again because it's closed. There we go. My husband is notorious for clicking those pens, man. Like, oh my God.
I think everyone is. Anyone that tells you that they don't sit there and like click, 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 they're lying to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like people that tell you they don't pee in the shower. They're lying to you too.
They are lying to you. Yeah. Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
What a wonderful way to start the show.
I know, like such a random fact. Random fact about peeing in the shower, not economically. Well, I guess it would be because you're not wasting water too. But I guess it's supposed to be good for the environment because you're not flushing the toilet as much.
Yeah. Hey, there you go. Win-win. You're clean and you triple win. You peed, you showered, and you saved the environment. And you saved your water bill. It's a quadruple win. Jeez.
God, we are winning. You
are, yeah. I'm gonna put this one on you because you're the one that said it. Oh, so what's up? This is
episode 40, which is our first day of kindergarten.
Yep.
We're not sure what we're going to talk about there, but we'll get to that in a little bit.
Halfway through August.
Oh my God! Seriously, like what the hell happened?
I don't know. The kids asked this morning, "What's the next holiday?" And I was like, "Halloween, man!" And I was like, "Whoa, this year kind of flew by."
We have Labor Day,
huh?
But Labor Day's like 24 hours. It's not very exciting.
Labor Day, like what do you even do for Labor Day? Like I'm talking about, like decorate yes. Holiday.
Yeah,
I'm not even sure what you would decorate Labor Day like. No?
Yeah. Well, it is the last legit day to wear white, so go for it.
Yeah. I never follow that rule.
No.
I don't. No. I don't even own white. Let's be honest. Because then that requires you to wear a bra.
Well, I have one pair of white jeans, and I'm scared shitless to wear them. Like, every time I wear them, I know that's going to be the day I wreck them. Something's going to spill that I can't get out.
And it's going to happen because Aubrey, she has white jeans, and every single time she wears them, they're disgusting. Like, I'm like, do you like roll down a hill when you wear these pants? So, but yeah, I don't wear white shirts because that means you have to wear a bra. So, I don't do that.
No.
That's white shirts are not your friend when you have boobs.
No,
they're not. So,
they just stick out there. I know something about being white just makes them more pronounced. It's like turtlenecks. Like you don't wear turtlenecks if you got big boobs.
Oh my God, turtlenecks! That just gives me the hives thinking about turtlenecks. I've gotten caught in one too many turtlenecks in my lifetime, and I severely, like honestly, almost hyperventilated one time. Like I couldn't get the son of a bitch off. Have you ever done that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
And you're like running around with the turtleneck on your head and
I got to fan myself right now because I could just remember. Like that's one of the worst feelings in the world is getting caught in a turtleneck. I just wanted to cut it off. And unfortunately for me, I had tried it on in a dressing room. And this was like in the 90s when those little sleeveless, real tight turtlenecks were in style. And at that time, I had boobs. So, well, I mean, I still have boobs, but you know what I mean. And so I put it on and it looked amazing. But I didn't take into consideration that it kind of like suctioned to my neck. So I couldn't get it off. I never again wore a turtleneck. And then
it gets like 80 degrees hotter when you're stuck in one. And I don't understand why anyone would wear them. And I had a bunch of them growing up. So it didn't even look good. There was nothing good about that.
No.
You know what I saw? Speaking of this, totally goes. You just disappeared off my screen. this goes completely off subject, but we're talking about bad fashion. Do you remember the adult onesies?
They still, if you're talking about the tops that snap in the crotch,
Yep.
Aubrey has some. Yeah.
No.
They came back, girl. Oh, yeah. Yes.
Oh, yeah, because we saw them. It was so funny. Where were we? Maggie and I were at Kohl's, and we're walking.
At where?
At
Kohl's. I gotcha.
Sorry, we're really distracted because we had to do the Skype through our phones, and
her tri-penis stand is not working.
My tri-penis stand is not working with I keep going like off screen.
It literally like slow motion. I'm watching you slide off the screen as it rotates to your right.
I know. So we're walking through Kohl's, and she's like, "What is going on over there?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's an adult onesie." Yeah.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
I'm like, believe it or not, Mommy had a bunch of those.
Yeah. I don't know that I ever had one. If I had any at all, maybe it was one. But yes, my daughter has I think she has 2 or 3, and she's had one of them for a couple of years. So they've actually came back a couple of years ago, and they wear them with those not tight, but the high-waisted jeans.
Yeah.
And it just looks like a mom from the 80s all over again.
Yes,
it is not
exactly.
an attractive look at all. I don't care if you weigh.
And I don't understand it. Like, why do you need something snapping in your crotch? I mean, just tuck your shirt in if that's what you're looking for.
Well, between that and the pants, to me, it's not an attractive look. Like, you look like a pencil. There's no curves. There's no nothing. And the butt of those jeans goes on 20 feet high.
Yeah.
And then, and I think that's why the shirts are like that, because that way you've got this long, seamless look, but it's not attractive. I mean.
And you only had one, so maybe you don't remember this, and you're also a very good girl, and you would never be like this. But do you ever remember being like really wicked drunk and trying to get that thing unsnapped in order to pee?
No, because I'm telling you, if I had one, I don't even remember having that one. So no, I would have just ripped that bitch off and been like, pfft. I probably would have been the drunk at the bar who didn't snap it back, and it kind of flapped between my legs when I walked. Maybe I did have one.
Kind of like at the end of the day with your baby, where you don't snap it back up because you know you're going to change them anyway.
Oh, hell yeah. I did that lots of times when the kids were newborns. I didn't snap that bitch back up. At one point, you're thinking, why does it even have snaps? Velcro would have been a better idea. Just rip it.
Exactly.
So, no. I think they're not very flattering, but yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Bad fashion.
Mm-hmm. How in the world did we go from peeing in the shower to adult onesies?
How in the world do we go from anything to anything?
I don't know. I have the weirdest train of thought. I don't know. Like, I can say one thing and then like 5 minutes later think of be at a different end of the
spectrum.
Yeah. Do you do that?
Yeah.
And I can sometimes think back to where I started, and I think of and my husband will be like, why are you, and I'm like, I don't know, just one thing led to the other. I don't know.
We've had entire episodes that have been like that we barely even brushed on what we meant to talk about, but we're like, well, it's been an hour, so I guess we better get off of here.
Time to go. Thanks for listening to us. Oh, that's funny.
So let's talk about something big that's happening this week, the solar eclipse.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Well, here, I will tell you, here it's a huge deal because apparently
You're going full Nelson, aren't you?
We are. It's all over the news, just everywhere. We are in Nashville. We're in the path of the total eclipse. So we'll have totality, I think, for like 3 hours, they said. I don't know. Don't quote me on that, but...
I think it's just a few minutes, but
it is. It's like 2 minutes, but when I say totality, I mean from start to finish.
Right.
I think it's like 3 hours, and that's what they've said. Like literally from like I don't even know, but apparently it also overlaps with the time that school's dismissed. And around here, school gets out at 2:15 for my kids, and so. It's becoming this huge issue all over the news where now they're out of glasses. The schools have all gotten glasses, and you can watch it at the school, and they've invited parents, and The issue that they're facing is we are one of the cities within a one-day driving distance for 500,000 people. And they're expecting a tremendous amount of people to come. In fact, the hotels where we live sold out for the first time in history of ever having the hotels.
Oh, yeah. Just not to cut you off, but one of the guys that works with Matt needed to be in Portland for the next 2 weeks. And Portland is also in that totality path.
Right.
There was literally nowhere for him to stay. I mean, they had to change the whole plans because there was nowhere for him to go.
Well, and originally I thought, this is really cool. I'll send the kids to school. They're going to all get glasses. They're making t-shirts this week. And then the more I thought about it and the more I read comments, of course, which will kill anything for you, I thought, what if my kids, that one kid that decides, hey, I'm going to take my glasses off or I'm going to look around it. You have a teacher that's trying to control 25, 30 kids and things do happen. And then on top of that, you've got all that extra traffic out there, literally at the moment when the kids should be getting on the bus to go home. Right. There's no protective vision for them on the bus at that point, and there's all that traffic. So thankfully, the schools around here, are excusing the absences if you choose to keep your child home. So more than likely, I will.
Well, I thought I had read that quite a few schools are either, it's excused if they stay home, or there are some schools that are actually taking the day.
Yes, but Wilson County, where we live, is not one of them. In fact, one of the board members just last night voted to close the schools this late in the game, and people said no. Right. But it's nuts around here. I mean, it is all that I've seen on TV, all that I've seen on Facebook, just everywhere. It's the eclipse. Oh, yeah. Yeah. But apparently it was 539 years, I think I read, since it happened here, a total eclipse like that.
Okay.
So it's a pretty big deal, but I still think it's a bunch of overblown bullshit, if you want my honest opinion. I could give two shits less. In fact, if my kids stayed in the house and we watched TV or played, I would be fine. It's going to get really dark, and then it's going to get really light again. That's all I know. So, I don't know. You got a crazy story about it?
I do. So there was this guy, and I think this was on Craigslist because it seems like something you would put on Craigslist. I'm just going to read you the ad. He put this ad on Craigslist. Wanted, woman who wants to conceive child during totality eclipse in Oregon. I am 40 years of age, Caucasian male from Europe. My heritage is strong and pure. My looks, instincts, knowledge, and strength is 100% pure and 100% lethal.
He's got some confidence in himself.
Yeah. That 2-inch penis packs a lot of power. So, I am looking for a worthy female with strong genes, beauty, and smarts to join me to experience the totality eclipse in Oregon. Exact place not set. If we have chemistry, I would like for us to make love while the eclipse is happening.
Oh, Lord.
When totality occurs, we will have simultaneous orgasms, and we will conceive a child that will be on the next level of human evolution. We will make love together with me and my penis directed towards the sun. So he hasn't even met this woman, and he's already asking her to be on top, which is just really rude,
Oh, my God.
Everything will be aligned in the local universe, and both of our cosmic orgasmic energy will be aligned with the planets. In a brief moment of ecstasy, we will understand everything and together create a new universe full of love. Here's his requirements. You must like cats.
I don't. Is that the end of the ad?
No.
Oh my God. Okay.
Drugs are okay. Nitrous oxide while we climax and experience totality and conception is okay with me too. Nitrous oxide.
Is that the end of the ad?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can only assume that this is like speaking to your soul as it is mine. Like I'm really fighting the urge to run away and meet this guy. He's 100% pure and lethal, Heather.
But here's the problem I have. He says he's extremely intelligent, or he alludes to the fact that he's like, extremely...
His knowledge, yeah.
His knowledge. Yeah. And I'm thinking, What fucker gets on Craigslist and says all those things about himself and then still makes you want to think that he's extremely knowledgeable? Like,
Right.
knowledgeable about what? Getting in trouble for like date raping a girl under the eclipse? I mean,
Surrounded by cats.
surrounded by cats. Bring your cat. That's a plus.
I'm just like, where do cats come and play with this whole situation?
I
And then
like,
I'm like,
that's so random. He's like, we're gonna have sex. I'm gonna knock you up, and hey, I like cats.
yeah, I like cats.
yeah.
And nitrous oxide, apparently.
This guy's creepy, man. There will be people that will try.
Oh, yeah, no. He's getting laid. I mean,
Yeah.
he's getting laid. Yeah.
I have to
I'm
know
sure.
what this Joker looks like. Like, we have to find out after the fact what this fucker looks like. I have to know.
I really wanted to know, too, and I looked online really quick, and I could not find out. But you know that he is one classy looking.
He's wearing a
Well, I mean,
turtleneck
he
onesie.
says himself that his looks are, strong and pure and lethal. So
He's probably wearing that turtleneck onesie while he's holding his
he
cat.
probably is while he holds his cat.
Wait a minute, maybe cat's a code word. He likes cats. Maybe he likes that.
Like wink, wink.
That pink taco. Maybe that's.
Well, he says that she must like cats, so maybe he's
Oh.
just looking to, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe he's looking for someone who's bi. Yeah.
I need to know. My life will not be complete
What he looks like.
until I know what he looks
I
like
agree.
and if he did find somebody. And did they conceive a child?
I have to know what he looks
A
like.
child. At that brief moment of pure darkness, did they and make a baby?
I don't even care about that. I just have to know what he looks like. We have to find him.
You know he lives with his mom, right?
Oh my God. Hell yeah. That's why he likes cats, because he lives with like 12 of them in the basement and he wears turtlenecks.
Yeah.
Oh, why am I having like Big Bang Theory in my head? Like, I watch it all the time. I was watching it this morning, but yeah, for some reason I think of Howard Wolowitz when I think of this guy.
Right.
Oh my gosh, where did you find that?
The internet, baby. The internet has everything. Now, it popped up a couple days ago, and I've been kind of obsessed with it because I'm like, I'm dying. We've talked about this. I love the shit that people put on Craigslist. I would never respond. I wouldn't buy a couch from the guy down the street because I'm sure that he's going to kill me. But I still love the things that people put on Craigslist.
Oh, that's a brilliant. You know how we introduced our new segments. We need a Craigslist segment. See which one of us can find which one of us can find the stupidest Craigslist posting of the week.
Because I'm on there all the time. I just randomly pick shit. I love Craigslist.
So you must have found this in the personal section, or they must have put it in the personals. He must have. Personals, yeah.
It doesn't say in the posting that I got. It was just and it just looks like it's from Craigslist. So
That's crazy.
I would look it up again for you if my internet was working. Do you want to tell us a story?
I knew this was coming. All right, so how do I even all right, that one thing that your kid does in their childhood that's probably, you hope, is the worst thing your kid does in their childhood. Well,
Right.
I hope this is what it was yesterday for Landon. I just got finished talking on the phone to his teacher about his math, and she texted me or she emailed me, and she said, "I know I just talked to you, but we just had an incident at school." And of course, all of a sudden, my tunnel vision zoomed in on that, and that was all I could see. And I thought, "Oh, son of a bitch!" And so she said, "He said." And this killed me. He said the F word in front of several students at dismissal. And when I called him out on it, he said he didn't do it. And finally, she said, I finally got him to spell it for me. And she said, I told him that this was the kicker. The school that my kids go to, they have fundamentals. And so she said, I told him that didn't follow along with the fundamentals of the school. And I thought, oh my God. So I texted her back and I said, I am mortified. I'm really sorry. I cannot believe you did it.
You're like, I have no idea where he got that word from.
And you're thinking, these teachers are probably thinking, oh, he heard that at home. Oh, they must say it all the time. Well, guess what? Fuck yeah, we do.
And you're like, bitch, I know we heard it from home.
Hell yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I will never, if I'd gotten called into the principal's office, I would have straight up told that joker, cute joker though, I would have said, look, man, we say it all the time. I have a podcast that's fueled by dirty words.
I honestly, it would not have shocked me if you had gone in and said, it's because of my co-host. She says it all the time in front of my kids.
I would have said, listen, fucker, hell yeah, we say it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Hopefully it won't happen again, but I can't promise that. So anyway, he comes home, he gets off the bus, and he says, I know, I'm in trouble. I'm like, what the hell? No, actually, I said, what the fuck, man? Why would you say that? And he's like, he says, I didn't really mean to. He said, and so what happened was apparently one of the girls in the group, it was 2 other girls. It wasn't several students, like she said, if story rings true, but it was a couple of girls. And I stopped him right there. I said, just so you know, because I am a girl and I have girls, don't say things in front of little girls that you don't want to get back. Girls are tattletales. They really are. And I have one, so I know. I said, so just for future reference, if you're going to say something naughty or bad, don't do it in front of girls. They will tell on your ass every time. And he said, one of the girls said, you can't say the F word. And he said, yes, I can. And she said, no, you can't. And he said, oh, yes, I can. And so apparently he said it in slow. He says he said it in slow motion. He went, fuck. And I was like, dude, Emma says, could you not have said fudge? And I was like, I know, man. And so apparently the teacher said, well, we're going to pull the video. And so that set my husband off. He's like, what? Why would they pull video? I was like, oh, please don't start this school year off like this, where we both got to bust up in the school because they pulled the video camera out.
Right.
So, yeah, I thought, this is like a Christmas Story where the kid says it while the dad's changing the tire. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I know every word of that movie.
Oh, my God.
And the funny thing is, so Heather texts me, and she's like, son of a fucking bitch. And she's like, this is what just happened. I said, I'm going to be honest with you. I knew this day would come for one of us, and I'm a little relieved that it happened to you first.
That actually made me feel better. You don't want that friend. You don't want the friend who's going to say, oh my goodness, oh my, you're such a horrible parent. Or you should wash his mouth out with soap and what that. I want the parent like you. I want the friend like you who's like, yeah, bitch, you got there first. Yes. Yes.
You're winning.
So
you crossed that finish line.
Well, the funniest part of the whole story to me was Lloyd made him sit down and write a letter to her saying he was sorry and all this.
Right.
And I was like, can he include the letter where he writes fuck 100 times and gives it to her? Because that's what you're supposed to do, right?
Right. Yeah.
Lloyd didn't think that was
Get it out of your system.
He didn't think it was very funny, but I thought it would have been classic. Could you imagine that teacher opening that letter? Oh, man. So, yes, let's cross your fingers that it doesn't happen again. Dear.
But you know it's going to, right?
To you. Let's let it happen to you next.
Well, yeah. I mean, no, it's going to happen probably this year with Henry. Yeah, which we're going to get into that real quick here. But, totally, it's going to happen. And honestly, and the thing is, I think that he said it with peer pressure, and I'm sure it was probably 2 girls, egging him on, and I'm sure there were people that were surrounding him, so maybe more people heard it. But the thing is, I kind of felt a little better knowing that it was peer pressure and not him telling someone to fuck off. So, I mean, it wasn't done with ill intention.
I don't know, man. If a little boy was...
It was just him saying, I told you I could do it,
Well, the funny you say that because he's had some kids pick on him before. And it's, my husband's natural response is, go beat their fucking ass or tell him to, and I'm thinking in my head, let's tell that little bastard to fuck off. You want to tell your kid that so bad. So, yeah, I think I would have been prouder of him had that been the case, actually. Not just like, oh, yes, I can say it. Yeah, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it right now.
Right.
That's what it was. So that brings us definitely to our subject for today. Talk about a good intro. So we're talking
about kindergarten.
Yeah, surviving the first day of kindergarten for moms. That was a pretty good intro. Slide right in.
Yeah. Because we all know it's going to happen to Copper. So all of your kids are well into their school careers. And
Yes.
I've got my last one headed in less than 2 weeks now.
Yep, 2 weeks.
So, yeah. I don't know how I'm really taking it. There's a huge part of me that's celebrating because, quite frankly, and I think this is no secret, Henry may be my favorite child, but he is also my
I know where you're
most
going.
difficult, exhausting child.
I have those. Yes.
And you know exactly, like, not just because of your own, but you've dealt with him. Like, he can be, like, he's the kind of kid that makes you want to cry at night when you go to bed. So, I'm really torn on how it's going to be for him. And it's kind of funny because the backstory to this is Maggie and Jack went into kindergarten at a very young age. They were both barely 5. And they were very ready and they were excited and they wanted to go, which is one of the reasons why I let them go so young, was because they were vocal about wanting to go and do it. And here I have Henry, who's almost 6, so I don't really have any say in the matter. Like, he's got to go.
Right.
Even if I wanted to keep him at home, which I do not want to keep him at home.
Get your ass to school.
Right. Like, you got to go, dude. Like, you need to move out. Let's go. But he's almost 6. I mean, like, this is, he's not ready. I mean, he is, like, mentally and emotionally ready. Like, the kid knows what he's doing, and he's gonna, intelligent wise, he's gonna be awesome. But he's stubborn and he doesn't want to do it, and it's going to be the biggest battle I think we've ever fought so far, because we went to Target the other day to buy a backpack for him, and he's literally in Target yelling, "I don't want your stupid backpack. I'm not going to school. This is final." Like, he's so against the whole process that I really don't know how it's going to go, and I'm kind of nervous. And then there's a little bit of me that's kind of sad too, because Maggie's going into 5th grade and he's going into kindergarten. So I not only have that moment where all my kids are officially in school, it's that 1 year where everybody is at the same school.
Right. Oh, yeah, because I have to tell you, once they move on from elementary, it's
over.
It is, and it is, and it's very quick after that. And I have to tell you, because that's what happened with us, and it is nuts.
Right.
Nuts. But yeah, I get that. I do.
And then on my little Facebook memory thing today was the picture of Maggie going to, I think she was going to meet the teacher, and she's all dressed up in 1st grade. Like, I'm like, oh, what the hell? Like, that, that's literally just yesterday. I can remember her wearing that dress. I can remember walking into that school, and here we are. Like, this is 5th grade. It's so final,
Right. I know.
Yeah. So.
But he did really well in pre-K.
Yeah, there were days like they literally, and he towards the end got a little bit better, but he's very stubborn and he doesn't like to do things. I mean, not anything in particular. He just doesn't like to do things across the board. And in the beginning, it was a daily thing where they literally had to hold on to him while I walked away, and he wasn't having a meltdown. He was just wicked pissed that I had taken him out of his comfort zone and put him into the classroom. Mm-hmm. And he does tend to, once he gets there, he has a good day, but I really don't know. I'm very unsure of where that's going to go in kindergarten, because he's very much against it.
I mean, if it makes you feel better at all, Paige, I was in the same place you are, like, mentally. Like, I was really sad, really anxious, because I had no idea how Paige was going to take kindergarten. And surprisingly, she did really well. And the teacher, hopefully, that Henry has, if that stays, is perfect for him.
Yeah.
And
which, we have the same teacher that Jack and Paige had. So I'm very comforted by that.
Yes. And I'm going to tell you, I'm a firm believer that, the right fit for the kid and the teacher sets the whole tone for the year. It either make it or break it. And I definitely think, especially like in his case, he's in the best place that he can be or will be.
Right.
So I know, man, it's hard. I mean, especially when the kids are so adamant that they're not going, because that's the way Paige was. Right. She just absolutely said, I'm not going. I'm not going. All the way up until about 5 days before school started, she said, I'm not going.
Right.
And I literally had the stuff in my basket on the computer to homeschool her.
Right.
And, we decided, well, we'll just try it and see. And she did great,
Right.
so, but,
was she your hardest one to put into kindergarten? I mean, the not like the emotional part of it, but was she the most against going?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. All my other kids were fine.
Yeah.
Aubrey they had all had a taste of pre-K before that. Paige had never had anything because, as you know, it's Paige. And, so she had never been away from me. But the other kids had some sort of school and they had known. So, yeah, it's... God, I have to tell you, that first day... I don't know, did you see the little... I posted on our page, it's a little...
Yeah.
And it's got the first day of kindergarten. The parents are like staring in the window, like, after their kids. And then it shows on the flip side, it shows the first day of 6th grade or 5th grade or something. And the car's like zooming away really fast. And that's kind of, that's pretty accurate.
And see, that's the funny thing. I laugh at those because that's never been me. Like with Maggie, and I am going to back up a little bit. Maggie never went to preschool and she did amazing, but she's Maggie.
Yeah.
So, that's just her. But even like her as my first kid, I dropped her butt off and went about my day. And
I cried every time.
OC.
Everyone.
I think I'll cry this time. I think I will. Because as much as like I'm, to be completely honest, there's a little bit of me that's very relieved. Like I've been doing this mom thing for a long time. Yeah. And this is, and it's not that I'm signing off on being a mom, but he's going to be going to school. Like he's going to be moving on to the next step that makes life a little different for me. And I'm celebrating that,
Right.
But he's also my baby. Mm-hmm. And as much as he drives me nuts, it's going to be a little sad that we don't have that time together that I've literally had him around me daily.
Yeah.
For 5 years, almost 6 years. Like, the other kids, they go to school and we have time alone. And even when he was in preschool, it was still only a couple hours a day. So we still had that Henry and mommy time constantly. Right. And that's just, it's good. That's out the door, So
I think
there's a little bit of sadness there. But I've never been that person to hesitate about, like, get your ass out of the van, go in and learn. I'll pick you up at 3:30.
It always makes me really sad because I'm that sentimental kind of, I think too much about everything. But that to me, sending them to yet another year of school, whether it be kindergarten, first, second, whatever, just to me, it just kind of, I know that it goes downhill really quickly from there. Like,
right. Well, and I'm not saying I go home and completely, like, I'm not in a rush for them to grow up and move out.
Right.
So, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not, I get very sad. Like I said with Maggie in the first year picture, and here we are in 5th grade. That was rough on me because I'm like, she's so tiny and little, and look at her now. So
it's kind of crazy, man. It's nuts to me how fast the days go by when kids are little.
Right.
And you get busy with your life, and you're like, holy cow, where did the time go? But I mean, and I hate it because it's a cliche, but it is stunningly true,
Right.
So do you have survival tips for the first day? What are you?
Ironically enough, I think we have the I can't, for the life of me, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like the boohoo thing in the morning where you meet in the cafeteria and have a cup of coffee and meet everybody.
Right.
And then I'll probably come back home and work. So I'm not really sure. I don't know. Maybe I'll take a nap. I think that first day, I think it's important on that first day to do something to treat yourself because it's a milestone for you too.
Yep. Absolutely.
Especially if you're having like a hard time with it. Don't sit there and think about it. Go do something.
Yep.
For yourself. You know what I'm excited about this year?
What?
Is with them, and I know that we joked about this last year because you thought you were going to do this a lot and then you ended up not doing it as much as you wanted to, but I'm going to go to the movies.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I did.
Because
we did.
Now I have that time.
Yeah.
Now I have that time. Before, even with preschool, the picking him up and when the movie started never really worked out, but I can do that now. So
we did actually. Did you know it was my sweet friend Leslie and I went last year on the first day of school, and we went to see Bad Moms.
You cracked me up with that.
Huh?
You cracked my sweet friend Leslie. Yes.
Yes.
I do know Leslie.
I do find her sweet. I know some people.
I know. I always, it's my sweet friend Leslie. I'm like, yes, honey, we know Leslie.
But that's exactly what we did.
Yeah.
We had a date for
like,
the first day of school.
And we even talked about it towards the end of last year. You're like, I thought I would do that more, but after a while.
You just get so busy because finally you're
Right.
able to do all the things that you haven't been able to do.
Right.
And the things
I'm going
that
to spend a crap ton of time at home. Like, that's what I'm going to do.
I miss at home. We have one, but it's so far from here.
Too far away.
You know my idea of a favorite first day back to school, which I have yet to do. Even here, I didn't do it. Get a pedicure, go to lunch, and then go to the bookstore. Like, that would be
amazing.
But
Maybe I'll do that.
But I have no friends here, so I don't have anybody to go to lunch with. I have to wait for Lloyd to, not be working and say, hey, let's go get
Right.
lunch. But it's not the same, You want to commiserate with your mom friends.
Right.
You want to...
And, I have a sneaky suspicion that lunch will happen because, the crowd here, there's always somebody that's willing to have Mexican with you at lunchtime, so...
Yeah, you need to pack me up some of that
Probably
shit.
Janelle.
Pack it up and mail it to me.
Right, I will.
I need some of
I'm
that.
going to bring it to you soon.
I need it. I need the green sauce from Los Cucos and the tacos from Skeeter's. I'm going into withdrawals here. Oh my gosh.
These are going to be it's going to be a difficult situation if I fly. Like, that's going to be interesting to explain.
You can have coolers. You can take a cooler.
Yes.
It is totally possible. Just ship that shit to me. I don't care. Pack in some dry ice and send it to me. So,
but in the long run, I really don't have any tip. I mean, for me, I'm very interested in how it's going to go because this is really, even though he's my third kid, it's a whole new arena for me. So we keep joking that like we talked about behavior. The other two have always done very well. Like they've always on green or whatever. Jackie has only, the worst thing that Jackie's ever done is like he can't keep his mouth shut. So he'll just keep talking. So they'll be like, he didn't focus today. So, but I think that's going to change with Henry because he's going to test that every step of the way.
Oh, to be a fly on the wall.
Oh my gosh. I was so relieved when we got Jen though, because I'm like, thank you. Just thank you. Whoever planned that out, because she knows him a little bit already and we know her. So
yes, we got really lucky too, because there was no better teacher for Paige. Absolutely not.
No, I agree. She really made it for Paige.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it is. It's, oh my gosh, that first day of kindergarten is, and it's so funny because here at our school, I know they don't do it back home, but here at our school, they give you, tomorrow actually is the 16th. They give you the whole entire time from August the 1st when we started till August the 16th. And you are able to walk your kindergartner into class every single day.
Okay.
But on the 16th, they have a big ceremony, and that's kindergartner's Independence Day.
That's fun.
So starting tomorrow, they have to walk in by themselves. And I don't know if maybe they have like a ceremony, or we'll see when we go to drop off in the morning. But I thought that's a pretty good idea because pretty good idea, pretty bad idea. I think some of my kids would have milked that and it would have been even worse to leave them at some point. And then you would have felt obligated. Well, those kids have their parents. I have to keep walking you in.
Right.
Even though you really don't need to or don't want to at that point. So,
the school that,
but I do think.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say, I think more than one day of walking your kid in when they're in kindergarten is probably a good idea.
Right.
I mean, it is. That it's a little less traumatic sometimes.
So the school that Maggie went to for kindergarten, they did that. Like you had about 2 weeks of adjustment where the parents were allowed to walk them. But Maggie was like, after 2 days, she's like, you got to go. Like she goes, I have this, just open the door and let me out. So I think I've told the story before. I kind of messed up with Jackie because on his first day, like we had just moved here. He's super excited, super independent, and he wants so badly to ride that bus with his sister that I let them do it on the first day. And I was so scattered about the whole thing, it didn't occur to me to drive up to the school and walk him in. And he did great. Like, he didn't want me to walk him in. He didn't want my help. But then I beat myself up like halfway through the day. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't walk my baby into school on his first day. He's fine.
I did not know that. I didn't know he was on the bus for the first day.
I was a little guilt-ridden over it, even though that's what he wanted. Like, I was just so busy. making his wish come true. Like he was like,
Right.
I'm going to go to school. I'm riding the bus. I'm going to walk myself in. It's all good. That I didn't feed my own need to walk him
Right.
in and take pictures, you know? So not this time.
Right.
Like I'm going to walk them in and definitely take, Henry into his classroom. So
Yeah.
ironically enough, Henry will be the one that like I probably shouldn't. I should put him on a bus and say, have a great day. But I can't because if I go in, he's going to cling to that and be like, I'm going to go home with you and it's going to be bad. So
Well, you brought up a really good point. Like I always wondered what parent or what's the situation with parents that put their kids on the bus for the first day of school.
right.
I get a lot of parents work and they don't have the option to take off for the first day of school. But you always just kind of wonder because I've never done that. Like I've literally, even this year, I still walked them all in. But we're in a new school,
Right,
so I did.
right.
But I've always walked them in the first day, just because I always felt bad. Like I don't, how are you supposed to know where your classroom is?
But they're not
very,
they're not, the
it's-
thing I knew when we started at Hidden Hollow, they don't walk to their classroom. They
Right.
they hang out in the,
But after that, they do.
but they still,
that,
they
they
still
do.
start their day in the cafeteria and then they walk to the classroom.
Right. It's the same way here.
Yeah.
They start it in the gym.
They do the
and then they go.
the Pledge of Allegiance and everything, and then they go into the classrooms from there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know, and I think there was part of me, I knew very much that Jackie was ready, so that was fine. But Henry will be a different story. I'm already tired thinking about it.
Oh, just imagine. And it's funny. It's I don't know if you're like me, but I literally had in my head, these are the things that I'm going to take care of. These
Right.
are the things I'm going to do. These are the things I'm going to accomplish whenever everybody goes back to school. They kind of build up over the summer. And in reality,
They didn't get time.
that shit didn't happen. It never happens. I don't know why.
That was last year for me.
I guess other things just get in the way, I
Right.
guess.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh my gosh. It's you know what? It'll be great. He'll do great. Those first few days though are probably going to be extremely
I'm sure I'm gonna have
stressful.
several stories. I'm sure. So
Well, the good thing about Jen is she will text
Yeah.
you during the day or message you during the day, and she will tell you, which is great because there's nothing worse than with a kid like ours where you stick them in school and then you have no idea
Right.
what's going on,
Right.
and you're just like this all day long, and then when they finally get home, you're like, "What did you do today?" I like at least to have that heads up from the teacher
Right.
that this is what they
happened.
did. Yes.
Just so you know,
So-
Henry came out of the bathroom with no pants on. I'm sure I'm going to get that text a lot.
Oh my god! So do you still have to like wipe his booty?
Not so much, but he still poops
Okay.
naked, so that's going to be an interesting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Paige did too until she went to kindergarten.
Yeah.
She's gonna love. They're gonna love us for this 20 years from now if they listen to
right.
it. But yes, Paige did. She would strip down totally,
Yeah.
and I'm like, what? Why? Why? How do clothes restrict the poop
No,
from coming out?
it
I have no
does.
idea.
Like he's like, I can't think.
does.
He's like, I can't think clearly if I have clothes on, and you have to apparently have a clear mind in order to poop. So I think
I
his
had a
saving grace
couple
might
like
be that
that.
he's generally not a public pooper. So like,
Yes.
I think that'll help the situation because otherwise it's going to be a disaster.
That will save the class. No, I think that's exactly probably, I think those two things probably go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Because my kids will jet for that bathroom when they come home.
yeah.
And I'm like, did you not go to the bathroom at school? No, I don't like going to the bathroom at
No.
school. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Every time I see a bathroom, I'm going to use it. Oh, wait till you have 4 kids and then you'll understand, child,
Yeah. So are you okay?
You're gonna have to cut all this. You're gonna have to cut all that out. We got
No,
really
I totally
quiet.
will. I will.
Oh. Hey, so are we done with that
I think
that
that's,
topic of conversation?
We wrapped up Copper's anxiety over the first. This is the most anxious I've ever been for a first day of school ever.
Yeah. Well,
And that's
and it was the same way with Paige.
I've had first day in kindergarten. I've had kids in new schools multiple times. I mean, there's been a lot of situations where I could be really concerned. I'm very concerned about, it's not the education part of this. Like, he knows this stuff. He's an extremely intelligent kid. Like, I don't think he's going to fall behind, but I think that it's going to be trying. It's all get out. And I'm a little tired just thinking about it. So
it was the same way with Paige. Don't feel bad.
And
like,
maybe
I
he'll
worried
surprise
myself
me.
sick.
Maybe he'll surprise me.
Yeah. Yep.
He won't, but maybe.
Well, just think of it this way. You'll have lots of stories to pepper our episodes with. So.
And there are a lot of people in that school that know him, and they're ready. Like, I mean, it's almost every time. Every time I see someone that works at that school and they're like, "Is he ready?" And I'm like, "I don't think he is." And they're like, "Excellent." Like,
oh, we'll have to have a new segment called, what did Henry do today?
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome that he has, like, they're already geared up for what Henry's going to. He's already a legend before he even walks in on his first day. So.
Oh, he's a legend in his own time. Yep, there you go. Oh, it'll be great.
Yeah.
It'll be great. If nothing else, it'll be great for the stories. I'm telling you.
Exactly. So great.
Hey, I have a shout out.
Yes.
We got a super awesome compliment on our Facebook page.
Totally made my day.
Yes, I think I woke up and saw it. Did you? And I was like, "What?
Yes,
Shut up!"
I did wake up and saw it because you get up considerably earlier than I do unless I'm having sleeping issues.
4:30.
And so she always I always wake up to like 5 different texts from Heather. So
you're welcome. Good morning. Sorry, I get up at 4:30. What the hell? I gotta do something.
So why not talk to me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
If I have to.
What were we doing? A shout out if you have to. You know what, bitch?
Yeah, a shout out. Hey, you open that door, man. Yeah, so our super sweet, we gained a listener named Brittany L, and she put this really super nice comment. Basically, she found us on iHeartRadio. I don't know how she found us. You should tell us, Brittany, how you found us, because I always love to know where people find us. But she said, I just stumbled upon your podcast on iHeartRadio, and she said that we were extremely funny or something to that effect. So she thought we were funny. She likes us. So it was super nice.
It was
super
very
nice. We both were shits and giggles when we saw it. So.
That's the needy part of us that we're like, yay, someone noticed us. So
yes, but it's awesome. So yeah. So thank you, Brittany.
Thank you. Yes. So what's going on with social media?
Well, you can find us. Our group is growing slowly.
Yes.
We still have a group on Facebook. It's Life Under the Laundry Pile Podcast group. We still have a regular Facebook page. We have Instagram, Twitter, and those numbers are kind of bumping up slowly. Yeah. They are. We have a website, which is finally.
Yes.
Where's the confetti? It's finally updated. I'm so excited.
You busted your ass on that and got that all updated.
I did bust my ass. So all our episodes are current on the website. So again, like I think I said before, if you have a friend who is clueless about how to listen to a podcast, but you think we're funny enough to share, just send them to lifeunderthelaundrypile.com and they can listen from there all the way to the beginning. Or all the way from the beginning. So, yeah, but I think that's pretty much where we are. Yeah. And then Copper still has her page and her Instagram. She's neverdrinkfrommommiescup.com. And I still have my my website and my Instagram, and I'm One Fed Up Mommy. So, that is all the social media in a nutshell.
Yes. So, are you ready for our random question?
I am.
Oh, God.
All right. What's your most bizarre talent?
Oh, gosh, that's really hard. I don't know. You tell me yours first.
Mine is very bizarre, and I don't know if I'd qualify it as a talent. But back when I have a little backstory behind it. When I was about 5, my grandma owned a beauty shop, and she would make me perform for her ladies while they were getting their hair done. And my talent was to stand on my toes, and not like a ballerina stands on her toes, but completely fold my toes under and stand on my toes with my full body weight. And she would make me walk on my toes. And thanks, Grandma. I'll probably have arthritis in my toes when I'm like 70, but that is my most bizarre talent. I can walk on my toes, which is so weird. And it hurts like a bitch these days because I weigh so much more than I did. But yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying,
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah. Well, I actually took ballet. You wouldn't know it now by watching me walk across the street, but like I took ballet for many, many years. So yeah, it hurts.
But did you like totally turn your toes under and walk on your toes?
I was on the special
tips.
shoes, which hurts like a bitch. So I
Yes.
can only imagine what like walking like a
Yeah.
monkey would feel like. Yeah.
Yes. And don't even ask me how it ever even came around, or how, I don't even know. But I was like a party trick. Like people, and even as I got older, they would just say randomly, do the thing with your feet, do the thing with your toes. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? What am I, like a circus performer?
Right.
So I tried to do it a couple of years ago for my kids, and it didn't end well. Jeez, oh man. All that weight on those toes. So yeah, so what's yours?
I would have to say that if I was being completely honest, I think my greatest talent is being the most awkward person in the room. So
That's better than what I thought you were going to say. I thought you were going to say that you could fart on command. That's much
I can
better.
burp on command, but I'm a
Oh, you
lady.
can?
Oh yeah, yeah. No, that's a well-known fact. Like I'm the queen of burps, but
That's a bizarre talent. My mom can burp the ABCs.
oh, she's so talented. I didn't even think about that, but yeah, I guess if that's a talent, I'm very well known within my circle of having quite the hefty belch. So, yeah,
Better than the hefty queef.
yeah, no one wants a hefty
just saying.
queef.
No, just saying.
God, I hope somebody answers with hefty queef.
One of you needs to. Yes. Maybe we should change the question to what's your most bizarre, disgusting
talent. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I don't have one of those.
No, I bet you
don't
do.
think.
You just can't come up with it.
I do, but I'm not saying it on air in public ever. I think I've told you before, so we'll just leave it at that.
Probably. I'm not sure that we have many secrets from each other.
Oh, no, I don't think so
no.
either. Oh.
All right. Well,
So,
next
yeah.
week. So make sure you go onto the Facebook group page, by the way, and answer that question. What is your most bizarre talent? And
Yes.
come back next week to listen to us talk about our pet peeves. So basically, it's going to be like 45 minutes of us bitching.
Bitch Fest episode.
yeah.
Exactly.
Which we're
and that's
pretty
really
good.
funny you say that, because my husband was sitting behind me the other day when I was trying to make my notes, and he's like, what are you doing? I was like, writing down my pet peeves. And he just looked at me, and I thought, yeah, that sounds a lot worse. You know.
Well, and I was very careful not to include any pet peeves about my family because I didn't want to rag on them too much. But that would be a whole nother fucking episode. So, all right, lady. Well, I hope you have a great
Well,
week.
Yep. You
Yeah.
guys have a great week too.
We will. I'll talk to you next one. That always comes
you
out
later,
weird. I don't
guys.
really know what to say at the end.
You're so awkward. You just told us
I
that was
just
your
told
bizarre
you
talent.
I'm the most awkward person in the room. I can't help it. Genetically, I'm just weird. So
I'm super weird too. So we go together great.
at least, but
Yeah.
you know how to be quiet about it. I'm just like over there being awkward, but then I decide to input. So
I know how to be quietly weird and awkward.
Yeah,
Yes, winning. I need that T-shirt.
we should.
Uh,
Oh God, I need more coffee. All right, I'll talk to you
all
later.
right, guys. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.